If you have goals that you want to achieve, but you feel like there are too many distractions and bad habits getting in your way, let me introduce you to monk mode. Getting into monk mode is all about intensely focusing on the areas of your life that will allow you to reach your goals, increase your productivity, better yourself, and remove all the distractions that are stopping you from being more successful in life in general. And today I want to walk you through how you can create a plan for yourself that will allow you to create your own monk mode experience, inshallah. But before that, if you're new here, Assalamu alaikum. My name is Sumaya. I'm a personal development coach, and on this channel, I teach you how to cultivate a better relationship with yourself using self-compassion and inner work. Welcome. So the first step that you need to take in order to get into monk mode is setting an intention. Monk mode is about improving your life in general. So the way that you do it is really going to depend on what you personally want to achieve and what you want to get out of it. At the beginning of each year, I set 4 to 5 goals, and my monk mode experience is pretty much about focusing solely on these 4 to 5 goals. I stick to them, and I make sure that during that phase, I'm all about making massive progress on these goals. On your side, your goals might sound like graduating, getting a promotion at work, losing some weight, increasing your connection with Allah Azza wa Jal, or bettering your relationship with yourself, or it could be a mix of all of these things. Whatever it is, just get clear on these goals, write them down, and also ask yourself, what is it important for you to reach them? Because when monk mode gets difficult, you really want to have that strong intention behind it to help you keep the momentum going. The second step in this process is to cut the distractions and bad habits out. And to do that, you need to ask yourself a couple of questions like, what is getting in my way of reaching my goals right now? How am I wasting precious time and energy at the moment? If you answer these questions with honesty, you're going to come up with a list of bad habits that you need to remove and let go of. And for many of us, it sounds like scrolling down social media, eating junk food, waking up too late or sleeping too late, watching too much Netflix or TV, spending hours watching YouTube videos. I see you. And so on and so forth. The idea here is to identify the ones that you're really ready to let go of completely during monk mode, because monk mode is all about cutting everything out completely. Of course, it's not easy for everyone, so you might want to find some flexibility here. So instead of going full on no YouTube at all, you might want to just reduce the amount of social media and YouTube that you consume per day, for example. But I think the most important thing that you can do for yourself is write down those things that you want to let go of and put that piece of paper or reminder somewhere you're going to see it every day. The third step to create your very own monk mode plan is to bring on the good and healthy habits. So in the process of letting go of a lot of bad things, hopefully you're going to free up a lot of time to not only focus on your task, but also do things that are good for you. And it's important that you fill in those gaps with healthy habits in order to avoid the temptation of going back to your bad habits. Some of the healthy activities that you can embrace in this process are working out. Especially during monk mode, if you are doing a lot of mental work, it's important to bring some balance by moving your body. Meditating, it's called monk mode for a reason. It's all about seclusion and like reflection, mindfulness. So make sure that you adopt some sort of meditation practice in this process. Journaling, reading beneficial knowledge, praying, and dhikr. I think that's probably the most important part of it. Bringing the spiritual side of it, because that's what's going to make it a transformative experience for you, inshallah. You can get creative with these. What's really important here is that these habits have to contribute to your personal development. Make sure that you schedule them in your calendar along with your daily tasks, and also set reminders on your phone if you need to. The fourth step is deciding how intense and how long you want your monk mode to last. You get to decide if you want to go full on and have your monk mode set up every day of the week, or if, for example, you can only manage to do it 5 days of the week. Of course, this is going to depend on your personal circumstances. If you live with family members, for example, it might be hard to isolate yourself completely. I mean, that would be weird. So this is the moment where you make it work according to your situation. If it's your first time, I would recommend being really realistic about this and trying it for a month to start with. As you get used to this practice, you can consider making your monk mode longer longer and longer. In general, I wouldn't do it for more than 3 months because we all need some sort of balance in our lives, and you don't want to overdo it to the point where you actually start hating it and then you end up binging all the bad habits that you've been trying to stop just because it was too intense for you to get into monk mode. Now let's talk about the results that you can expect from getting into monk mode regularly in your life. And the best way for me to tell you about this is to mention my personal experience with it. The first time that I really got into monk mode without even knowing that it was a thing and that it was called like that was during the first lockdown. I was stuck in Morocco, and at this point of my life I was really not happy with how things were going in general. I hated myself, to be honest, and I had reached some sort of rock bottom that was really painful. And when we were forced to stay at home, I thought to myself, I need to change something, otherwise I'm gonna go crazy because I don't have any outside distractions anymore right now. So I have no choice but to change my life at this point. So I went ahead and I deactivated my social media. I blocked everyone in my life that was a bad influence. I stopped consuming anything that was harmful towards my body. I started meditating, journaling, jogging, stretching every single day. I enrolled in online courses about finding purpose and creating a business. I started reading personal development books and listening to podcasts. And most importantly, I started practicing Islam again for the first time after years of feeling spiritually numb. After 3 months of that intense monk mode, I became a completely different person, but I had never felt this alive and content with who I was. Monk mode is how I recreated myself. It led me to start a successful coaching business and reconnect with Allah Azza wa Jal. And yes, it was definitely difficult to wake up early every morning, to push myself mentally, physically, spiritually, to isolate myself, to not waste time in any useless conversation and activities. Many times I did feel alone, but it was 100% worth it because today, because of the times I practice monk mode, I managed to carry some of the good habits in the long term in my daily routines, and I have definitely let go of my biggest vices thanks to this practice, alhamdulillah. So if you're having doubts about whether it's worth it or not, honestly, don't even think about it twice. Just try it for yourself, and I promise you, you won't regret it. Just make sure that you create a plan that works for you, your goals and your circumstances, and make it as easy as possible for yourself. And if you want to start from now on, let me know in the comments below what are the goals that you want to achieve through monk mode. I would love to know, inshallah. And if you need help with journaling or meditation in this process, make sure that you check out my videos on those topics, as well as my free resources on my website. Make sure that you like, share and subscribe for more content like this. I'll see you in the next video, inshallah. Take care of yourself.